The Republican Party. Discussing the evolution of the political party. The Republican Party, often called the GOP, short for Grand Old Party, is one of two major political parties in the United States. Founded in 1854 as a coalition opposing the extension of slavery into Western territories, the Republican Party fought to protect the rights of African Americans after the Civil War. Today's GOP is generally socially conservative and favors smaller government, less regulation, lower taxes, and less federal intervention in the economy. Though America's founding fathers distrusted political parties, it wasn't long before divisions had developed among them. Supporters of George Washington and Alexander Hamilton had favored a strong central government, and a national financial system became known as the Federalists. By contrast, Secretary of State Thomas Jefferson favored a more limited government. His supporters called themselves Republicans or Jeffersonian Republicans, but later became known as Democratic Republicans. The Federalist Party dissolved after the War of 1812, and by the 1830s, the Democratic Republicans has evolved into the Democratic Party. Now, the main rivalry to today's Republicans, which initially rallied around President Andrew Jackson. Political ideologies that are involved with the Republican Party. Conservatives tend to believe that government should be small, operating mainly at the state or local level. They favor minimal government interference in the economy and prefer private sector-based solutions to problems. Social conservatives believe that government should uphold traditionally morality and therefore should impose restrictions on contraception, abortion, and same-sex marriage. Conservatives are said to fall on the right wing of the axis of political beliefs, a convention that dates from the place where conservatives sat in assembly during the French Revolution. One of the main two political parties in the United States, founded in 1854 by anti-slavery activists, the Republican Party platform has also transformed over the years to address issues of concern to its constituents. Today, the core values of the Republican Party align with conservative ideology. During the 19th century, the Republican Party had stood against the extension of slavery to the country's new territories and ultimately for slavery's complete abolition. During the 20th and 21st centuries, the party came to be associated with laissez-faire capitalism, low taxes, and conservative social policies. The party acquired the acronym GOP in the 1870s. The party's official logo, the elephant, is derived from a cartoon by Thomas Nast and also dates from the 1870s. The term Republican was adopted in 1792 by supporters of Thomas Jefferson, who favored decentralized government with limited powers. Although Jefferson's political philosophy is consistent with the outlook of the modern Republican Party, his faction, which became known as the Democratic Republican Party, ironically evolved by the 1830s into what is today now the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party is the modern Republican Party's chief rival. The Republican Party traces its roots to the 1850s when anti-slavery leaders, including former members of the Democratic Whig and Free Soil parties, joined forces to oppose the extension of slavery into the Kansas and Nebraska territories by the proposed Kansas-Nebraska Act. At meetings in Ripon, Wisconsin, May 1854, and Jackson, Michigan, July 1854, they recommended forming a new party which was duly established at the political convention in Jackson. How the American dream associates with the Republican Party. We are a people and party of a growing economy that gives everyone a chance in life, an opportunity to learn, work, and realize the prosperity freedom makes possible. Government cannot create prosperity, though government can limit or destroy it. Prosperity is the product of self-discipline, enterprise, saving, and investment by individuals. It is not an end in itself. Prosperity provides the means by which citizens and their families can maintain their independence from government, raise their children by their own values, practice their faith, and build communities of cooperation and mutual respect. It is also the foundation of our nation's global leadership, for it is the vigor of our economy which makes possible our military strength and our national security. Pundits and Democrats tell us that we should accept the new normal of a slow-growing economy. The consequences are too dire to ever accept that. President Obama and his party will set a record for being the first modern president ever to leave office without a single calendar year of 3% economic growth. While now President Trump, being in office, a strong conservative Republican, has taken our nation into a rise of great economic growth. As a result, the number of Americans living in poverty has increased by 7 million. Our nation's economy has lost nearly $8 trillion of cumulative output average recovery, and the economic growth shortfall has left a cumulative real after-tax per person income shortfall of nearly $17,000 compared with an average recovery.